Alright, now, the other game that I picked up, and this, my last, like, Luigi's Mansion, that's not really a horror game. And, one thing I forgot to mention is that, Luigi's Mansion has a sequel coming out for the 3DS, which, I don't know, I suppose it has some relevance. But my next game, also for the GameCube, is, like, this game is a horror game, and it is a fantastic horror game. Probably the best horror game in gaming, at least in its own genre. Um, and I stand by that. A lot of people say that Silent Hill 2 or Resident Evil 4 is the best horror game. I've never actually played Resident Evil, and Silent Hill 2, fantastic game, great atmosphere, but this game blows it out of the water. And it is called Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. This game is bar none the scariest and most immersive game in gaming. The plot revolves around this young woman, Alexandria Roivas, who has recently been informed that her grandfather, her uncle, grandfather, Dr. Edward Roivas, who is a psychologist, has recently passed away under very mysterious circumstances. So she flies out to Rhode Island to see what's going on. And it turns out that not only he has died, but he's been murdered and like ripped apart in his mansion, and nobody has no idea what's going on. The police are clueless, and she's really frustrated by the incompetence of the police. So she swears that she's not leaving the mansion until she figures out what's going on. And I think about 2 weeks pass by, and that's when you take control of her. And eventually you go exploring around the mansion until you find his secret little archive. And in that archive you find a book that is, your standard evil book. It's bound in human flesh. The spine is made out of human bone, that sort of thing. And she starts to against her better judgment, she starts to read the book, and she reads different chapters of the book, and in a very episodic style, you take control of the character that she's reading about. And it starts with a Roman centurion who also finds the book, and you play as different characters in each chapter in the book, and it really is great storytelling. It flows very, very smoothly. Very, I already said episodic, but it's really, really good, and I'm having a hard time describing it, but it is fantastic. Now, this game is a very, very good combination of good story and good controls and gameplay. And this is the best control system ever implemented to any horror survival game. And that's always been the staple with the horror survival series. It's like they've always been difficult and clunky to use. Like, I've never played a Resident Evil game, but even Silent Hill 2, as good as the game is, it is very atmospheric, but the controls are just not good. Combat has always been like pulling teeth, and the camera just swings around whenever you go the opposite way of when you were going. This game, as far as combat goes, it implements this is going to be tough to describe, sort of a targeted combat system for a melee combat game, and I'm probably not doing it justice, but it is really, really remarkable gameplay, and it also implements this gameplay mechanic. I'm not going to spoil it, but you basically have to keep a track on your own character's sanity, if that makes any sense. The more time your character spends seeing scary stuff like gore and dead bodies and monsters, the less grip they have on reality. And the less grip they have on reality, the more they start to lose it. And the more they start to lose it, the game actually tries to confuse you, like you, the player. Again, very, very hard to explain, but trust me, just play this game. It is bar none the scariest game you will ever play. It's for the Nintendo GameCube, but if you have a Wii, you can play it on the Wii. with with a GameCube controller. But please do it. It is one of my favorite games of all time. Sublime from start to finish. It has multiple endings to extend replay value. One of the scariest games, no, the scariest game I've ever played. I definitely recommend it this Halloween season. All right, so thanks for listening to my 2 little vlogs. Have a very safe and happy Halloween, and I will see you later.